All forms that perish other forms supply. By turns we catch the vital breath and die. Like bubbles on the sea of matter born, they rise, they break, and to that sea return. Alexander Pope, An Essay on Man. In the beginning was the Word. The Word proselytized the sea with its message, copying itself unceasingly and forever. The Word discovered how to rearrange chemicals so as to capture little eddies in the stream of entropy and make them live. The Word transformed the land surface of the planet from a dusty hell to a verdant paradise. The Word eventually blossomed and became sufficiently ingenious to build a porridgy contraption called a human brain that could discover and be aware of the Word itself. My porridgy contraption boggles every time I think this thought. In 4,000 million years of Earth history, I am lucky enough to be alive today. In 5 million species, I was fortunate enough to be born a conscious human being. Among 6,000 million people on the planet, I was privileged enough to be born in the country where the Word was discovered. In all of the Earth's history, biology and geography, I was born just 5 years after the moment when, and just 200 miles from the place where, 2 members of my own species discovered the structure of DNA and hence uncovered the greatest, simplest, and most surprising secret in the universe. Mock my zeal if you wish. Consider me a ridiculous materialist for investing such enthusiasm in an acronym. But follow me on a journey back to the very origin of life, and I hope I can convince you of the immense fascination of the Word. As the earth and ocean were probably peopled with vegetable productions long before the existence of animals, and many families of these animals long before other families of them, shall we conjecture that one and the same kind of living filaments is and has been the cause of all organic life? Asked the polymathic poet and physician Erasmus Darwin in 1794. It was a startling guess for the time, not only in its bold conjecture that all organic life shared the same origin, 65 years before his grandson Charles' book on the topic, but for its weird use of the word filaments. The secret of life is indeed a thread. Yet how can a filament make something live? Life is a slippery thing to define, but it consists of 2 very different skills: the ability to replicate and the ability to create order. Living things produce approximate copies of themselves. Rabbits produce rabbits. Dandelions make dandelions. But rabbits do more than that. They eat grass, transform it into rabbit flesh, and somehow build bodies of order and complexity from the random chaos of the world. They do not defy the second law of thermodynamics, which says that in a closed system, everything tends from order towards disorder, because rabbits are not closed systems. Rabbits build packets of order and complexity called bodies, but at the cost of expending large amounts of energy. In Erwin Schrödinger's phrase, living creatures drink orderliness from the environment. The key to both of these features of life is information. The ability to replicate is made possible by the existence of a recipe, the information that is needed to create a new body. A rabbit's egg carries the instructions for assembling a new rabbit. But the ability to create order through metabolism also depends on information, the instructions for building and maintaining the equipment that creates the order. An adult rabbit with its ability to both reproduce and metabolize, is prefigured and presupposed in its living filaments, in the same way that a cake is prefigured and presupposed in its recipe. This is an idea that goes right back to Aristotle, who said that the concept of a chicken is implicit in an egg, or that an acorn was literally informed by the plan of an oak tree. When Aristotle's dim perception of information theory, buried under generations of chemistry and physics, re-emerged amid the discoveries of modern genetics, Max Delbruck joked that the Greek sage should be given a posthumous Nobel Prize for the discovery of DNA. The filament of DNA is information, a message written in a code of chemicals, one chemical for each letter. It is almost too good to be true, but the code turns out to be written in a way that we can understand. Just like written English, the genetic code is a linear language written in a straight line. Just like written English, it is digital, in that every letter bears the same importance. Moreover, the language of DNA is considerably simpler than English, since it has an alphabet of only 4 letters.